Well, hey there, Catherine from CatherinePuller.com. Welcome to our blog hop celebrating a collaboration between Ellen Hutson and Catherine Puller Designs. We're going to use the I Scream, You Scream stamp set as well as the Little Lady stamp set from the Leading Ladies series and create a fun card. So I was inspired to do something that I feel like kids would like. So this is a kid-inspired card. So I'm taking the ice cream cone and some popsicles and I am stamping them on this background. So this is a white piece of cardstock. It's actually watercolor cardstock because I'm going to use some watercolor techniques on it. So I stamped a few randomly, and then because I used an embossing pad, the outline is going to be really light and you can't really see it super well. So once you pour the embossing powder over the top, you can see it a lot better, and then that will help me with placement of the remaining stamps that I want to add. You see that little popsicle there? I don't know if you can see it too well, but it's a watermelon popsicle. It's my favorite. I think it's so adorable. So just finishing up stamping these on the background and then some clear embossing powder over the top. I'll heat it with my Wow embossing tool, and then I'll be able to have some fun with watercoloring. So my ink colors are going to be Mine, Coral Cabana, Limoncello, and all that jazz. And I'm using my mini ink pads. If you're new to Catherine Puller inks, we also sell these in full-size inks. Oh wait, that's Tiara, not Limoncello. Excuse me. Limoncello is a bright lemon yellow, and Tiara has just a touch of orange in there. Not really noticeable, but when they're side by side, you can definitely see the difference. So I used my mini ink pads and just swiped them across the top of my watercolor cardstock. You can see that clear embossing resists the ink, and that those images stay white. And then I added some water on top to kind of get that those stripes of color moving and blending a little bit. And then I'm taking this adorable little girl from the Leading Ladies and I'm just stamping it on white cardstock, and then I'm going to cut it out. I'm using scissors. They do have dies for this lady. They were sitting on my desk. I don't know why you didn't use them, but anyway, my cutter bee scissors work just fine. Cut that out, and I felt like it gave a coloring book feel to this card, which is really fun for a kid's card. So now I'm taking our postage stamp dies and I cut out two, one inside the other to create a frame. And then I'm using these clear sheets from Ellen Hutson, and I'm just using a little Nuvo glue and adding that clear acetate over the top. So this will create a little shaker element for me. So I'm taking my 3M mounting tape, I'm going to cut it into really skinny strips, and then I'm going to put it all around the outside of that frame. And I'm actually adding 2 layers in here. So I'm doing one all the way around, and then I'm doing a second layer on top. I find it gives the height of my shaker box more room so that those shaker bits will move more freely inside. Now this mounting tape, not only does it give a height to your shaker element, but it also make sure all of your sequins stay inside the shaker box. So make sure there's no gaps there. I kind of laid it on top of my cardstock to get an idea of where my sequins need to go. And I'm using the Crater Lake sequins, which is just a clear mix, and then some Charleston sequins, which are really, really fun kind of pastel colors in there. I'm just making a big pile in the center. I'm adding that shaker frame right on top, and then the Leading Lady on top of that. And I think that looks so adorable. So now I'm going to use the Note of Thanks stamp set, which is such a great staple thank you stamp set for your stash. And so I'm stamping it with embossing ink on black and then using white embossing powder. And then I'm just going to heat it and make a white embossed image. And then I'm using my circle dies and I'm just going to die cut that. And then it'll be ready to add to my card. I think it's a super fun coloring book feel inspired card that I'm excited to send to a friend. So make sure if you're on YouTube, you hop over to my blog so you can go on the hop and see what all the other creative team members created with these sets of products. And thanks so much for being here. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you soon.